And we're back here again at NAB 2024, and we're talking with Janaki Cedanna from the Sidney Poitier New American Film School, and we actually have.
I was a student.
I know, I heard that. This is Kenny.
How you doing?
I saw you on the schedule. I was like, that was my editing professor in 2008.
Yeah, there you go.
You're ruining the shot, Kenny. Seriously, this is
That's
a
part of
professional
the image, right?
It's a professional deal. Like, I just don't know how.
I got my
happens.
alums everywhere.
So, Janaki, you guys fairly recently opened a pretty amazing state-of-the-art facility, right? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, we had planned this for about a good 5 years, and we're kind of deeply embedded with the city of Mesa, which is a city next to Phoenix. And our main campus is on Tempe, and so we have this Mesa facility that it's called the Media Immersive Experience Center, MIX for short. And what we did here was we wanted to actually create a film building that has everything from pre-production all the way to theatrical post in one building. And so we spent $125 million.
That's a decent amount of money.
A little bit. And we broke ground January of 2020. And then, of course, we all know what happened after that in March of 2020. So that was fun. But anyway, we have this building that we have everything from sound stages to a virtual wall in one of our sound stages. We have a scene shop to do big props and sets. We have a fabrication lab to do 3D printing and poster printing and a lot of different things like that. We have 2 theaters. We have a screening theater that seats 85 people, and then we have a movie theater that actually seats about 280. And we're really proud of this because we worked with Dolby, with the architects, to have the buildings so we could actually get Dolby certification. And in Atmos at this point, and we have 4K cinema projectors that our students, especially our seniors that are going to be graduating, we're teaching them how to make DCPs.
Oh, that's actually an important skill, really.
Yeah.
And so,
I'll talk about the editing too in a sec.
Okay. Well, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, and then so we have whole post-production floors. We have a whole floor, part of the whole floor of audio suites with mixing stages, a Foley stage, all Dolby Atmos, and little small check-outable rooms, little sound bays that people can check out. And then we have 13 edit bays, as well as a color grading finishing suite. And then we have editing labs, and we have 3 labs that have 90 computers, upgraded computers, that of course when they first come into the school, they start there, and then they work their way up to the smaller labs, and then the big mixing or the big color stages, and then move into the theaters.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so I feel like you've almost already answered this, but someone's out there saying, I don't need no stinking film school, I got YouTube now.
Yeah.
What would you say are the important things you're going to get out of going to film school, like the Sidney Poitier at ASU?
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, I'd like to comment on the Sidney Poitier. I mean, we worked with Sidney Poitier himself before he passed away, and now we're working with his daughters to name the school after him because of our mission. And ASU's mission, but our film school's mission is not about exclusion, it's about inclusion. So we have over 1,000 students in our school, but what I will tell everybody this, and we tell the students this all the time, we're not going to teach you how to make TikTok videos. You know how to do that. They all know how to do all this stuff. We all know how to do this. They grew up with this. That's not the point. If you want to work in the industry or have a career, and not only just work in Hollywood, but actually start your own production company. I have alums that work at reality all over the world and all of these different things, all these different areas. We teach those things. We teach structure. And of course, we all know that you're going to make contacts there. So we have group projects, and we have a really nice film community of students that work together, get to know each other and network. And of course, we bring in special events. We bring in guest speakers and all of these things that they wouldn't get. And then, we teach like Premiere, but we also teach Avid Media Composer, which is our main program to do, we're an Avid Learning partner. And so, we have a Nexus that has 1.5 petabytes of storage. So we're doing high-end 4K workflows that they don't have access to these things. right? So when they get out of our school, they know how to work with a Nexus. They know how to work with 6K, 4K workflows in a professional environment, in theatrical, mixing in Dolby Atmos, things like this that they will not get on their own. So we're providing facilities and, of course, the instruction and the networking.
And then you guys, obviously, having a virtual production stage, that's something that's not easy for the average aspiring filmmaker to get their hands on and get experience in, right?
Yeah.
And you have a whole course with Unreal Engine and everything implemented in terms of learning that craft, right?
Yeah, well, actually, we're developing that right now. It's going to take effect in the fall of this year, 24. So we just installed a 135-degree planar video wall with an 11-foot, floor. And we've just hired an engineer to run the software, different kinds of the software, and we're starting a class next semester in virtual production that, of course, any of our students can take. Any of the tracks, the cinematography, of course, editing, directing students, all these people can take this so they can understand how these things work.
Cool.
Yeah.
I want to pivot a little bit.
Okay.
So AI has obviously exploded into the consciousness of the entire world, but some of the things that we probably thought were decades off, all of a sudden, it seems like every day you tune in to the news and there's something in generative media, generative AI that floors us. What's the temperature of your students coming through? Are they intimidated by this? Are they concerned that they're not going to have a career to go to? Or do they really see this as a collaborative tool that they're going to take advantage of?
The temperature that I get from all of our students is that, they're very excited about it. They're looking at it as a tool, and they're experimenting, and they're doing all of these kind of really interesting things with it. That, it's kind of, every day, as you said, it's going to get better and better. But we look at it, and we teach this, all our professors and myself, as a matter of, these are tools. These are tools to help you move forward in some of these things, right? And it's kind of funny you asked about that because, really for the first time this semester in my syllabus, I actually put, you can't use AI for this, and this, because, they need to know how to do these things, because, they're going to use it, but maybe they won't use it, just depending on where they go and how they do it, right? Obviously it's going to be pervasive everywhere, and we hope it doesn't turn out the way that, we see in movies and TV. But yeah, I think just like any of the new technologies, the young people, the students, are the ones that are embracing this kind of stuff. And we, as a film school, we know that we need to keep up on this as well. And all our professors, myself, we're all working professionals, and it's like we do all of these things so we can bring those case studies back. And I just did a feature earlier this year as the post supervisor, and I got to say, our department, we used AI to generate some images, that were like literally going to be on the screens, on these computer screens, and hey, sure, I'm not an artist, I can't draw, so there we go. But I think that it's just anything else. I think they're tools, but my feeling on this, Damien, is that, and I'm sure people have said this, but AI is going to be great for so many things, but at the same time, AI doesn't have a soul. It's never been in love. It doesn't have the life experience that it can bring to screenwriting, editing, cinematography, any of the areas in filmmaking that is creative. I'm not saying that it can't be creative, but it just doesn't have that part of it. So, like artists, I think we'll always be around in some way. So I think we'll shift.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? The whole concept of viral video, it's very in flux. Something that would be a viral video today might not have been able to do that 10 years ago, because it's all about where the culture's at, all of those things. And that really takes a human being immersed in that to kind of understand what that is and what that recipe should be. So
absolutely,
really good point. Well, thank you so much, Janaki.
Oh, you're welcome.
If people want to find out more about Sidney Poitier New American Film School.
Yeah, I know, it's a mouthful.
What's the best place to get on the web? Where can they get a hold of the information?
If you actually just type in, in Google search ASU, Arizona State University, it's just ASU Mix Center, MIX. It takes you directly to a landing page where you can see the facility, the faculty, you can see all this information. There's virtual tours that you can see all of our spaces. I got to say, Damon, we're just really, really proud of this building. And, we expect great things, and we're trying to do great things in our undergraduate program. So.
And if you want to talk to Janaki personally, his mobile phone is... No, we won't do that. But thank you so much for the time.
You're welcome.
And yeah, look forward to seeing what happens with some of those students coming out of there.
Absolutely. Thank you, Damien. I really appreciate it.
Thanks.
Okay.